So welcome back to episode 3 now of the C63 daily series. In this one, a few more little jobs that I could be doing around this time of year, the sort of peak of winter. First thing we're going to cover off is the steering wheel. Super shiny, can't be doing with that. So yeah, we're gonna fix that. Then we're going to do the power steering system, so basically the fluid reservoir change and fluid flush. And then we're going to look at putting some PPF on the headlights. Steering wheel. Let's cover that off next, because as you can see, it was pretty bad. I think that one of the previous owners had a lot of jewellery or something, because there were just so many marks. I mean, you'll see from the footage, so many marks around the steering wheel. It was in very bad shape, but not to the point where it needed a whole new, not to the point where it needed the leather cutting off and retrimming or anything like that. We can definitely rescue this steering wheel, and to be honest, we've done it before. Did the same job with the Porsche. It's always the same process. So, and that's getting the steering wheel, well, removing the steering wheel from the car, getting it like super clean before you start, so make sure it's like absolutely spotless, give it a proper clean with some proper leather cleaner. Then you strip off the sealer layers with leather prep. Then you give it an alcohol clean, and then you can assess whatever's left, basically. Then you look at the damage, and if there's any deep gouges in the leather, you can use binders and fillers to repair the leather. Then you recolor it, so it's a nice uniform colour all round. Then you reseal it using a combination of matte and gloss sealants with the cross linker, and that'll just give you like a really durable top coat, which is what we've done, and the results, I think, speak for themselves. I'm very happy. It looks and feels brand new, although I would say the danger, of course, with perforated leather, leather is like, if it's prepped to go on a car, it's coloured and then sealed and then perforated. What we've done here is stripped all that off and then coloured it and sealed it over the top of the perforation. So whenever you do that, you do need to be careful not to put stuff like the sealer layers on too thick, because then you could make it look like the perforation just isn't there anymore. So that there was the example of the gearbox not knowing what gear I wanted there. It felt like it changed gear like 3 or 4 times in the course of overtaking that cyclist, which was a bit weird. But anyway, I'll put a link to everything I used in the description. Right, because this car's done 70,000 miles now, there is a kind of a lesser known maintenance step you need to do on these, and I don't think it's in the official service schedule, but it's like something that the community has noticed, and it's that at around 70,000 miles, the filter within the PAS reservoir gets a bit clogged up to the point where you need to swap out the reservoir, because the filter is part of the reservoir itself. And obviously while you're there, you do a power steering fluid flush as well. That's all done now on this. I did it myself. It's fairly straightforward, to be fair. There's quite a lot of like detailed tutorials online about how to do it. I followed the FCP Euro guide, which I don't think is on a C63. It's on a different car with the same engine. They're all pretty much the same. You take off the front part of the engine cover. That exposes the reservoir. Reservoir itself is held on with one bolt. But yeah, it's got a, coming off the reservoir, you've got a feed line and a return line. You basically empty out the reservoir as much as you can, hook up the new reservoir, but don't hook up the return line, because obviously the whole point of that is, whole point of the job is you want to get all the old fluid out of the system. So what you do is you divert the return line into a jug to collect all the old fluid, and then you jack the car up. You turn the wheels side to side whilst at the same time continuously feed the new reservoir some fresh new fluid, and then eventually you'll stop seeing brown fluid come out and you'll get the nice green stuff coming all the way through the system. And then you then simply put everything back together again, do the steering wheel a few more times, and then you get the and then you sort your level out. All in all, it's not a difficult job to do, and again, it's just really good preventative maintenance. Next up is something I did with my 996, which seems to have worked out quite well. There's a company called Laminex, and they make what is essentially just like really thick specialist headlight PPF. It just protects your headlights from, I think, from UV, as well as stuff like stone chips and, you know, rocks and whatever else. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, I don't know how much these headlights cost. I don't really want to find out. The reason why I did it on the Porsche, there's definitely a Porsche part tax. So, like, you know, even though they're the most hated headlights in the entire world, the 996 headlights, if you've actually got to buy some, they're incredibly expensive. There's nothing really to stop them getting cracked and chipped up through, like, rocks hitting them and stuff like that. So you might as well protect them, which is what I've done there. So yeah, fitted the PPF to the headlights on this. Now, kind of got to have a little bit of faith when you're doing it, because for the first few days or weeks, it can look absolutely terrible. And that's because the film goes on wet, and it basically, no matter how good your wrapping skills are, you're gonna initially just trap a load of moisture between the PPF and the headlight, and that sort of manifests in these sort of cloudy patches, and it looks absolutely terrible. And to be fair, like, I did it yesterday, it still looks absolutely terrible now, but you just basically need to trust the process. You need to trust that will actually clear through sunlight and, you know, using the headlights and stuff. That'll just burn off naturally. Certainly now that my 996 headlights have settled down, it's like perfectly clear. It makes them easier to clean. Definitely worth doing. But however, don't do what I did. Make sure you use a heat gun or a hairdryer when you're applying it, because it just makes it 10 times easier, especially this time of year. So yeah, either do it on a hot summer's day or use a heat gun to apply it. I think I got away with it. I did one side without a hairdryer and it was quite difficult. I did the other side with the hairdryer and it was like 10 times easier. I then went back to the other headlight with the hairdryer and just sort of smoothed it all out afterwards. I think it's going to be all right. But like, yeah, we'll see on that one. But yeah, just use a hairdryer. Just use a hairdryer. Don't make it difficult for yourself like I did. So there you go. Those little jobs taken care of. The only thing that didn't really go well was the PPF on the headlights. I'm going to give you some consumer advice now, and I'm going to recommend that you don't do the PPF, like the thick PPF on the headlights this time of year, because when it's cold, it's just, the PPF is so thick and it's virtually impossible to work with. And I think I've made too many mistakes when applying it that I don't think I'm going to ever resolve them. So most likely what will happen, I mean, it's still on now, but most likely I'll be taking it off fairly soon and just trying it again, you know, in the height of summer. But apart from that, everything else went really well. The only trouble is now, with especially doing the leather work, as soon as you refurbish one piece of leather, you notice how bad other bits are. So I'm going to be doing, I think over the winter, I might even end up doing a full interior refurb. Watch this space. Thank you very much for watching. Do remember, if you want to see more of this stuff, hit that like button, it really helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again very soon. Thank you.